social media has literally been the most amazing thing. I mean, there's obviously negatives to social media. It's really how you use it.
For sure.
But for me, it's been amazing because I've literally put out pictures and videos, and there's certain times you're like, how did this get to this person? Like, I just put out an interview.
This is the Leo Climaco podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Leo Climaco podcast. Today's guest is someone very special. She is also a podcaster, but she's a model. She's a cook. She's on a reality TV show. Shay Filling, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing very well. Really, really glad that you're here.
It's an honor. Thank you.
We've met in a very interesting way.
We actually met here.
We met here, yes. You are part of a show called America's Next Bikini Chef. And I got very lucky to be able to know the production, and they used my studio as part of the set, which was incredible. It was very, very cool to have you guys here. It's about 30 people here that day. We shot all day, and it was very, very cool. You did very, very well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How did your career begin?
Well, this is one thing people don't know. My beginning of my life was all art. I actually went to school for fine arts thinking I was going to work in New York.
Really?
In graphic design.
Are you from New York?
No, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But then once I went on a trip to California, see Hollywood, then it kind of completely changed. But the art was, that was the first, that was like the first thing that I really...
What kind of art? Like painting?
Painting, drawing,
Really?
watercolor, sketching, anything.
Do you still do that?
I don't do it as much.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it lately, though. I was like, I got to get back into that. I don't know. Because, you know, as a creative person, you have your, like, creative blocks.
Right.
So I feel like I need to get back into it. Something's pushing me to get, or even like writing something.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're still in art, right? It's a different form of art,
Yes.
right? More of a physical, well, cooking's also an art.
True.
Yeah. Where are you from? Pennsylvania, you said. How was your upbringing? How's your background? How'd you grow up?
Pretty normal.
Yeah. That's good.
Great childhood, no complaints, did well in school. I great parents, played sports.
What'd you play?
Played pretty much, basketball, soccer, volleyball, track and field.
Okay, so you're pretty athletic.
What else? Softball. Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing that much?
I mean, I kind of, it's weird. Like, I was trying to get a scholarship in softball, and then it just, I don't know, I didn't get that. And then it kind of just went a whole other direction. It's weird, like how my life kind of went I could have done other things with like more athletic. I could have,
Right.
got.
Why do you think you didn't? The art was calling you?
Yeah, just, it was always creative. Always felt like I always said to my mom, I was like 14. We were in the car one day, and we went to the movies, and I sat in the car, and I was like, man, when I'm older, I'm gonna work in like Hollywood or be on a movie or just something creative. I didn't know
Right.
exactly what it was, but I was telling my mom at like 14, I'm gonna do this. Like I saw it in my mind. She saw it too.
I love that when like you can cast a vision and share that vision with somebody, especially your mom. It's great.
I have very supportive parents. My mom was always, you know what it is? My mom, she wanted to be a singer. She went to Hollywood. I think she did like a demo track, and she didn't get to pursue what I am doing right now. So she's pushing me. She's like, keep it going.
She's living through you.
Yeah. So she's a big supporter of my life.
That's
but just
incredible.
having those supportive parents, that is everything.
How old were you when you made the move from PA to Hollywood?
It was like 19? Yeah. It was like 19.
Okay.
California. Crazy story. It's not the most like exciting story, but packed my stuff up in a suitcase and left in the middle of the night.
Just like that.
I never told anybody this.
It's a great time to share
like
it.
basically went against my parents, and I went out there because I was just like, screw it, I got to do this, or I'm gonna regret this.
And you told no soul.
No, they knew.
Oh, they knew. Okay, got it.
I'm just gonna leave. So I packed my stuff up and went out there. Lived out there for some time. Went to school.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Shea College, Rancho Cucamonga. But then,
How was that? Seeing Hollywood, seeing that sign, seeing.
oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I got to be on set at Extra. Mario Lopez was literally right across from me. And the one producer, Paul, I remember being next to him and I was just watching what was going on. I was like, man, I want to be on this. Like, this is something I would love to be in, work here.
How did you start? Did you just take some headshots and start promoting yourself? How does that work?
I started, well, I moved back to Pennsylvania for some time because I went out to California. I was trying to do the school, and then I was in a really abusive relationship. That didn't work out.
Sorry to hear
Went
that.
back with my family, kind of like did a restart. And then
In California.
I went back to where I lived in Pennsylvania.
No, I'm saying the relationship.
Yeah, I was in California. So anyway, I was in a really bad place, so I had to literally start over. But in that darkness, I was like, you know what? I've had people my whole life tell me I should be in modeling, I should be in commercials. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. If I don't do this now, I'll never do it.
Right.
So then I literally went online. I searched every modeling agency in the United States. I wrote on a piece of paper, email, and all that by hand, you know, just old school. And I emailed every single agency, and I didn't hear back for like 6 months. I got 3 options, and I took New York because I always thought like if you pick New York, you make it in New York. That's that's number one.
Legitimately, you make it anywhere. Yeah, 100%.
So I got signed with New York, MMG, and I've gotten a lot of opportunities on my own, more than with an agency. Like, no offense, there's some really great agencies out there, but
Right.
You're better off on your own.
What's that like when an agency signs you? Do you get a contract? You get some money up front? How does that work?
Yeah, you get a contract. I don't want to give too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, you get a contract. I had like a meeting with the agent or manager, and they just it's pretty simple, explanatory.
Do they offer you a certain amount of jobs or no?
There's basically like a database, like any casting networks, any of these, and they'll just look, okay, you would work for this part, like, or you look
I
like
see.
this, you
Right, you fit here.
Yeah.
They could use you here. They could use
they
you
just
here.
submit you. So I was with them for some time, and then I just, like I said, you could do it yourself. Nowadays, you can submit yourself to so many things, and people were sending me stuff. I'm like, I already saw this earlier this morning. Like, you're a little too late.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a good way to, network and all that. But I do better on my own through social media, through meeting people.
I think nowadays
It's
social media
changed a
has
lot.
changed everything, right? Because that is now your profile, right? Your IG is your profile.
It's your resume.
It's your resume for sure. And anybody can just go and look and call you and message you and DM you and reach out to you.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's social media has literally been the most amazing thing. I mean, there's obviously negatives to social media. It's really how you use it.
For sure.
But for me, it's been amazing because I've literally put out pictures and videos, and there's certain times you're like, how did this get to this person? Like, I just put out an interview the other day. I was interviewing Tony, I hope I'm saying his name right, Davalon. He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
You could see my recent post. he's in a movie with Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
And one of the co-stars just commented underneath, just that quick, that got out there. Or I put out a promo.
That's so crazy how that happens.
Conor McGregor put my video up.
Really?
That I just did a promo for this fighter for BKFC. And then David Feldman, the owner of BKFC, he put it on his page. But I'm just saying, like, you just put it out there and these people are seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the chances of that?
It's a small world, right? And I think social media has made it so much smaller. You know, the algorithm seems to know exactly who to send things to, right? It's really crazy.
Yeah, so I love social media. It's amazing. You never know who's going to see your stuff.
Right.
And that, like, even with your podcast, I see you're consistently boosting. It's growing.
Yeah, I'm on this every single day. I love doing this.
Who's your next? Who do you really want as your guest? Your dream guest?
Trump.
Okay.
Give me Trump, baby.
Well, you never know.
That caliber of people. Like I want to be able to have the cachet to be able to interview all these top high level people.
I've actually met Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
Amazing. Probably one of the most. I think the only person I ever got intimidated by.
Wow.
Because I've met a lot of people and.
Where'd you meet him?
Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, you were there?
But it was just, it was like.
Was it recently?
No, this was back in 2021. This was
Okay.
like a very exclusive. I mean, probably like about 100 people in there. In
Wow.
Mar-a-Lago. This was way before,
It's during COVID.
Yeah, and it kind of. Being at Mar-a-Lago, it kind of reminded me of like, I felt like I was at Disney. Like, it was just like a magical feeling. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy.
I was there last year
my gosh.
for an event also. But
There's
I
not
know
many
what you mean.
places that you feel like that.
Yeah, I agree.
There was such a amazing
An aura
feel,
to it.
an aura.
Yeah.
But meeting him, it was just, wow. I don't know.
Shook
I
your
lost
hand.
words. I shook his hand, got a picture with him, but I kind of forgot what was going on. It was just, wow. Like a glow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He is going to work. He's going to town. He came in with the fury, and he's just executing.
I don't normally, people are always like, oh, don't go political and all that. Because of what happened in this country, it's hard not to.
I agree.
So I did an interview with Dr. Khalila Ali, Muhammad Ali's former wife.
Yep.
And it was kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting how we actually connected. I was on a production set, and then the guy that was the filmmaker, we connected afterwards. I didn't know he was family with her. Like, that's his family.
Got it.
And then one day he was like, Ali. And I'm like, wait, Muhammad Ali? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, Khalila. Oh, wow.
And it clicked.
So then it clicked. I was like, I got to do an interview with her. Just met her, like, you just connect with people, and then you sit with somebody for 5 hours, and you're like, whoa,
Wow.
this person is like amazing.
You did a 5-hour interview with her?
No, I didn't do 5 hours interview, but I spent 5 hours straight with just listening to her talk. We went to Hard Rock. We're just sitting there, and I'm just sitting there watching and listening to her, and just trying to study her.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it's like history in front of you.
100%.
Her life.
All
was
she's been through, yeah.
Being with Muhammad Ali at that time. I mean, he was one of the most famous people in the world.
Yeah.
Still is to this day.
Very controversial also.
But I saw her and I was like, man, I don't not to sound like, I know some people will be like, why are you saying this? There's not a lot of females that I actually admire. There's a lot, I guess, more men I admire. I don't know why that is. I'm not trying to, but like her, she stood out to me. I was like, man, I could really learn a lot from this woman.
What about her stood out?
She's just, she's very intelligent. She's very strong. Just somebody that can handle being with somebody at that level that, as Muhammad Ali was, being at being able to manage somebody like that,
Yeah.
be around, because he's not an average person.
No.
So she's not an average woman. So it takes somebody with a lot of strength and I'm trying to think what the word is. She's her own type.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. She definitely needs to be able to stand on her own to be with a man like that.
Yeah. So I saw her, I did my research, and you see all these interviews, and you're like, oh, the same boring interviews over and over, all these celebrities. How can I create an interview that's different than what's out there already? That
Right.
You understand. You're in that-
100%.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's the challenge we have. Because then it's boring. Like, I want
How do
to
you
see-
catch those eyeballs, right?
Yeah. So with this first interview I did with her, tying back to the politics, I thought, you know what? She's a freaking diehard Trump supporter.
Is she really?
She literally, every time I'd be with her, she had a Trump hat, Trump
Really?
vest. Like, she's just,
MAGA all the
Yeah.
way, baby.
and I was like, you know what? You are a perfect person to have on this show because people will listen to you. And yeah, that was the best thing ever because before I hit submit on YouTube, I said, Trump's going to see this video. I'm going to get it to Trump. And eventually I found out that it got to Trump.
Really?
Yeah. Eric and somebody, they saw it. So it definitely impacted a lot.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So, but I just wanted, when you put out an interview, I didn't want it to be boring. I wanted this to actually change people's
Right.
thinking
For
and
sure.
actually create change.
Right.
That she put it out there and she said from her own life experience, but she actually made a lot of sense. She backed it up. So
Now I have to go watch it.
yeah, it's still getting views. It's still doing well.
That's awesome. How many different shows have you been on?
Probably, I don't know. I have to go backtrack. I don't know.
That many?
I mean, I've done. I'd say maybe 10,
Okay.
being on productions and some small things here and there.
Would we know any of them?
I mean, I was on. Now you just got me in a blank. I mean, most recently I've done some commercials and they haven't released it yet.
Oh yeah? For who?
It's just small, nothing big, nothing super big, but
Yeah.
there was this one show I did. It was called Now and Then. I think it was for Apple TV,
Okay.
and that was pretty big. But I'm still kind of building myself. I've been around this, but I'm still building myself to do more. I want to be on a feature film at some point. That would
Oh,
be
is that
the
what you want?
next-
You want to do movies? How do you get your way there? How do you get yourself there? From where you are right now, what's required for you to do to be in a movie?
I don't know, man. I want to say what I want to say, but it's a little
Say what you want to say.
because I don't hold back. That's one thing about me. I'm as real as they.
Please. Speak your truth, girl.
It's a little bit of it's a hard industry,
Yeah.
and there's people that do it the right way, and then there's people that don't. And I've done it the right way. I'm doing it. I'm going to castings. I'm submitting, and then some people, you hear a lot of stuff. They're putting more and more out online on social media, but people
Yeah.
are doing some other dirty stuff to get to
Right.
the-
Shitty shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever been pressured to do anything that you didn't want to?
No, I haven't been in any kind of situation like that. Thank God. No. But you hear things in the industry. You're
Right.
on podcasts, you hear it. Because you see a lot of the same actors, the same people, and you're like, how is it that the same people are in all these movies, and then we have all these other talented people in the world, they're not on anything?
Why do you think?
it's power and money and control, and it's who you know.
Right.
It's a lot about who you know.
A lot about who you know, 100%. Who you know, who you like, who you don't like.
You see some stuff online. People are like, oh, they sell their soul. I mean, there's some crazy stuff I'm sure going on in Hollywood.
Do you think that there's something there with all this devil worshiping and children blood drinking and all this bullshit they say?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I don't know. Why would people be talking about it then? You know,
Right.
It started somewhere. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure it exists, but I don't have proof of it. But I'm sure there's stuff out there. There's some crazy stuff going on. People do. That's the sad part. Actually, in Miami, you see how desperate a lot of these people are that they'll put a posting online, and no offense, but like you see something for like $100 to do this or whatever. You're like, the hell? And these people jump on that. You know, they're so desperate to get a job. It's like, is this even worth your time? And
Right.
is this something you actually want to be even connected to with your
Right.
image?
Are you devaluing yourself?
Yeah, and these people do it. They're so desperate.
That's crazy. What is your opinion on the current state of modeling and acting and OnlyFans and this whole transition going on right now? I feel like there's a blur between models and OnlyFans girls. How do you feel about that?
There's the real models, and then there's the wannabe models that are, I don't know. That's just, I have nothing against women that want to, show their bodies and go ahead. But if you're looking for respect, you want to get married, have a real man and a family, and actually respect, that's the big one.
Right.
If you actually want respect in this world, once you go to that, man. I had one picture of a bikini. I took that off my page because I was just like, you know what? I feel like the moment you do that, it just lowers you down.
Mm-hmm. But
then when you're covered up and you're conservative, it's like, man, you get respect. People are always like, oh, why are you wearing suits? Because I get respect.
Mm.
That's really what it comes down to. But real modeling to me is, New York Fashion Week.
Right. Have you done that?
I've done that. Modeling for magazines and a tasteful. See, this is the thing. There's a way to be sexy with wearing clothes and doing it in a tasteful way.
Of course.
You don't have to be naked.
Right.
That's the thing that I don't understand why people don't understand. It's just, you could do it in a way.
Sometimes it's sexier to have something
Yeah.
on than to be fully naked.
But I'm not really for the OnlyFans. I just kind of think it was a horrible thing that started. People went, like I said, desperate.
Yeah.
They couldn't. You don't use your brain anymore. It's just like, let's do what's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those people can't even get a guy.
No.
They can't even find a real man, and that's the sad part.
And these girls are making in millions, $50-40 million a year. It's insane.
Yeah, but they're not even happy.
No, they're miserable.
I mean, I think everybody's kind of thought about it in a way. Every female, because you're like, oh wow, I could be living a different life right now. I could be, but then it's like,
Have you thought about it?
I've actually had somebody reach out to me. I've had somebody message me to do Playboy a while ago. I was like, no way.
It's different though.
I guess because I thought
It's more classy. It's more
you have like Marilyn,
right.
Monroe and like all
yes,
these
it's
really,
way more classy.
But I don't know. I don't think I'm the type. I Yeah.
To be a bunny?
No. I think the most I mean, for Miss Pennsylvania USA, I was in a bikini in front of a live audience, probably like 200-300 people. And to me, that was like, okay, this is as much as I'm going to do. There's no, that was,
Well, you were in a bikini here.
yeah.
How did that feel?
It's still the same thing.
Yeah?
It's
The
weird.
apron did help. You were kind
Yeah.
of covered in the front.
It's weird because it's just like, it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
And you got other people and I'm a perfectionist because I'm like, yeah, I probably should hit the gym a little bit more before. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that type. I'm not like I could have the best body in the room, but I still am like, I'm going to cover up because that's just not me. I don't want negative attention to me. That's like, I'm not into it. But I know I'm going to get some hate. There's some girls that are going to come at me. They'll be like, oh, but I just, do you? That's what you want to do. But like, keep that space for the women that want to stay in that classy, we want respect.
Yeah.
We want to take it back to how I'd like it, how it was before. But the world's changed.
Before, like when? Like trad wives? Traditional wives? Is that what you're talking about?
No, well,
What do you mean? Back to what?
actually, I guess they're really back when things were, more classy. People actually valued themselves, morals. We have a lot of bad role models. We have a lot of people on social media that they have these huge followings for what?
I mean, Kim
Boosting.
Kardashian is one of the biggest
so people
influencer.
Like that, no offense, I don't have anything against her.
Yeah, same.
But like they change the view, and then all these young kids, they see that, and that's. So I think we need more female positive role models. We definitely, more than ever. That's why when I connected with Kalila, as somebody who's in her 70s, I was like, damn, what a different time it had to have been.
For sure.
Lived, and she's so classy, and she's a conservative woman, but she's real, and she gets it. So I liked being around her, learning from her. People like that, just
Right.
to encourage the next generation, to tell people, just think about before you go out in public, because people are gonna look at you, and that's how they're gonna remember you.
Are you married?
No.
Do you want to be?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Do you think that when you do you think you'll be a stay-at-home mom? Or do you think you're going to have a career, and which route do you want to go?
Oh, I believe in balance for sure. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I've always been a career woman, always ambitious, go-getter. I think there'll be a change, obviously, once I get to that time in the future. When I do want to have kids, so.
So the guy that just left, the guy that I just interviewed, he was telling me that his wife was also very driven. She was a business major, had a full finance career and whatnot. And he told her, for you to marry me, I need you to give up your career. I need you to be a stay-at-home mom. They have 5 kids currently, right now. Yeah. So she gave up her career and became a stay-at-home mom.
I mean, I don't think there's anything.
No, same.
With
I just
that.
don't think most modern women can do that today. Would you agree? I don't see it as bad or indifferent. I'm just saying I feel like wow, like that's kind of impressive or really crazy that she like gave up her career because he asked her to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I completely, I get that. I think she's in a different, maybe she's just in such a phase of her life where she's done a lot, and she
Oh, they
just
got
wants-
married 20 years ago,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So she was young.
I don't know. That's not me. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because I think I'm in my selfish phase right now.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
It's a good age.
So
28 is a good age. I think 28 is when you become an adult officially.
yeah, I'm too selfish right now. And it's like once you have a child, it changes everything, and then you put into that. But right now, I'm
Everything.
just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be in 2 years by 30? Where do you see yourself?
I've been thinking about starting a business.
In what?
I'm not gonna say right now, but I'm definitely thinking of starting my own business. That's something I definitely have been thinking about for some time.
Yeah. I can see you
I'd like to
teaching others your knowledge on pageants and modeling and, production, how to get in there, and maybe
definitely something with a business, or I'm definitely be creating something within that time, and definitely I want to be on some kind of major film in Miami, and I'm actually planning on putting out a documentary. I'm trying to get the right person involved in it. So,
about what?
I'm just really trying to find the next big thing. People upcoming, whether it's in the BKFC or just maybe I meet somebody and I'm like, man, this person is amazing. Somebody could really benefit from hearing their story. I want to get into.
I see what you're saying.
I want to go so deep into somebody's story and put it out there, and because I was at the Filmgate Film Festival last night, and they had some really great filmmakers, and there was some really good documentary.
So you want to be a filmmaker eventually?
Yeah,
is
I want
hearing.
to put it. I like getting in the mind of a person, and I want to showcase them to the world because I know the power that I have now. That I've put out 2 interviews and they've already gone viral. What's the chances of that? You just
Right.
really. So I know I can get it in the right hands. It can be seen by the right people, and that's why it's addicting. I don't know if you've experienced
Extremely
that with your show,
addictive.
but once you have something go viral and people are talking it, then you're like, wow, anything's possible here. So I
Right.
got to keep up with that.
Because you feel the power of your reach.
And to me, it's like I'm giving something to the world, and I feel good, and it's exciting. It makes me feel alive, and there's only so many things in my life that actually get me excited. I like being on this podcast. I like filming. I like meeting amazing people, whether it's you meet celebrities, whoever it is, just somebody
Right.
that impacts my life, makes me think, and that's just life changing to me.
So tell me how you got to be a part of America's Next Bikini Chef.
I saw a post online
Really?
on social media. I'm in this group chat. I'm in a lot of group chats, and you see a lot of castings, and I was like, all right, I'm free today. Let's go. That's just how I am. I'm just game on. Let's go. Because you got to just take opportunities. You see something, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do it.
Was that your first shoot for it that day?
Yeah.
What's the next steps after that?
I'm still waiting on it.
Okay.
We're in the process of I'm waiting for the next step, but I'll let you know.
Are they selecting models still? Is that what's happening?
I think I'm sure there's going to be more rounds,
Right.
more contestants, but it is like the early phase of the show, so I'm still finding information.
Very interesting. Have you worked with them before or no?
No.
No. What'd you think about them?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a whole different world. Like, who would even have thought that I would be on a cooking show?
Right.
That's the whole point. I was like, you know what? This will look good for my people that follow me because they'll be like, man, Shay's cooking now. But also.
Do you cook?
Oh yeah, I cook every day.
Nice.
That's one thing I don't think anybody knows. Aside of I cook 2 times a day. I do breakfast, lunch. Depends on the day in my life, because every day is
Right.
different. But I try to cook at least 2 times a day, and then maybe for dinner go out or something. But yeah, I'm always trying to perfect something new. I like learning new things because I don't like not knowing how to do something.
I know what you
And then
mean.
when I
Feeling
perfect
helpless.
I've always been the type that I really originally I didn't like cooking, but now I've kind of gotten into it because I
Yeah,
go on
I know what you mean.
TikTok a lot and I see a lot of cool like recipes and I've been following it lately. So it's kind of weird. It just started within the past couple of years, but also, like you were saying with the future, you have a family one day. It's gonna come in. It's it's important. So
Extremely. Yeah. Having certain knowledges to be able to have a family and build the family is very important. And cooking is definitely one of those because, man, these kids get hungry. Okay. What do you like more, modeling or acting?
acting.
Yeah.
Modeling, I don't know. It depends. Like, but then, okay, with modeling, there is like that anticipation. Like once you're on a runway, depending on what kind of show you're on and what you're wearing, that can be an amazing feeling. It's addicting. You feel,
Having all those eyes on you.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You command the room. Everybody's looking at you, and
Right.
you're just like, all right, this is
All
my
eyes
shot.
on me.
But then acting is like you can be somebody. You can put yourself into somebody else, a different character.
That's true.
You can be somebody that you're not. So it kind of opens you to a whole other world, out of your element.
Right. Out of your comfort zone.
And there's endless possibilities with that. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, should I do? Some people. I had this one guy. He was like, my one friend. He was like, oh, I'll put you as like an FBI agent. I was like, that sounds pretty good. Or a cop, or
Like an
don't put-
NCIS?
you know what I said to him? I was like, okay, please don't put me as a bikini model. I don't want to freaking be that in the movie. He's like, I'll put you as an FBI agent. I'm like, okay, we're good. Put me as a serious role, or maybe a villain or something different, like something people wouldn't expect.
Could you play a villain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's acting. You got to be able to just switch, which is a gift. I mean, that's not easy.
Right.
People think it's easy. It's not.
Could you do Harley Quinn? Do you think?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
That's a popular. I mean, I saw a lot of people for Halloween.
Yes.
That was
Yes. That's popular. Have you ever stumbled during your model walk, during your catwalk? Has that happened to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but like once in a while, the dress will get stuck with your heels, or you're doing a spin and something. But I don't think anybody's ever. It's only something I would take notice because
Got
I'm a
it.
perfectionist. I'll watch
Got it.
all my videos, but we're human.
Right.
I've seen so many people. A lot of even like professional models. You see stuff happen. It's gonna happen one of the times you're out there.
What does it take to be the number one supermodel? What does it take? What's required? Is it just basically, is it who you know?
Oh yeah.
Or is it a combination of your looks and your walk and how you present yourself? Does that even matter? To some degree.
I think it's all about. I mean, obviously, no, it's all about who you know. It's a lot of that because there's some people I'm watching. I'm like, how is this person here on this?
Right.
There's how many other people?
Like, for example, Giselle. Do you think that she's worth $50 million a year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's that good.
No.
What makes her that good?
She's just she's class. She's elegant. She's got her own style. She's her. She's creating her own lane. The first person I thought of is was it not Kendall? Yeah, Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner.
I mean, she has a look,
She's yeah.
but she wouldn't be where she's at if it wasn't.
Right. That's total name.
And then you see her all over the place, and Kylie and all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's total name recognition. I agree. I agree. If her last name wasn't Kardashian, she wouldn't have a
it
modeling
wouldn't have
career.
been like that quick of a.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't run this. I would love to get to that level. I don't know. The way this industry is, you really don't know. It's you could get to that level. Overnight in some ways by putting out a video or being with the right people.
I see. Kind of like a Justin Bieber who put his song out there on YouTube and Usher found him and blew him up.
Yeah. I haven't seen too much about Justin lately.
Yeah, he's a little quiet.
I don't know what happened with him.
He had some disease that he was dealing with.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. It's a weird time in Hollywood right now. It's a
Yeah.
weird time. I don't know what's going to happen. That's why, I think about it a lot as somebody in this creative world, with AI and all this stuff that they're talking about. Things are on different platforms. We don't watch TV as we used to.
Right.
I still occasionally watch TV, but I'm always on my phone watching things. So I do think about it a lot, how it's going to affect us. But I don't think it's going to, we're still going to be, it's not going to replace us because you can't replace the talent and
Not yet.
I don't know about that.
Not
There's
yet.
certain things we can't. Yeah.
So things they're doing currently right now, okay? They have certain AI agents and you have traders who are programming these AI agents to think like they think. They are training these bots to have their own trading habits. They're basically passing on their trading habits onto this AI so the AI can think like they do and execute on their behalf.
Wow.
Yeah, we're already there currently right now. You give it 5, 10 years, we'll be able to fully recreate any person, any voice, any mannerism, any movements, any thinking. And you won't be able to tell if it's you or if it's an AI.
It's going to be creepy.
It's going to be creepy. Very. Yeah. Which is why they had
Well,
a
you gotta
strike
be-
last year, right? The
Yeah,
writers.
That was pretty bad.
That affect you?
SAG-AFTRA. Not so much. I just keep going. You gotta have. You can't. I don't do one thing. I'm in multiple things.
Right.
Multi-dimensional. You just gotta keep. You gotta have other stuff you're doing. If something's slow, then you gotta find other thing that you can do in the meantime when that comes back. But yeah. But it changed a lot. It changed a lot. How we audition. I like the in-person audition. I miss that whole experience. Everything's like online. You get messages in the middle of the night. People are like, oh, I need this audition sent by this time. It's like you get messages late sometimes at 1 o'clock. People are messaging me. I need this submitted. Wow. So it's just like 24/7. Never. But there's something about the physical, like when you're actually on an audition, the casting director's right in front of you. That whole experience. That I don't know. I like that.
How many castings do you think you've done in your life?
I've done many, but yeah, there's been a lot. There's been a lot within the past couple of years, definitely. I don't know how many. It's been a lot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you can take away from all these castings?
You really grow as a person. You knew your strength and weakness of
Right, by seeing the competition.
I try not to focus on anybody else when I'm in there, but you know, it is nice when somebody does go ahead of you and you're like, okay, I don't want to do it like that.
Right.
So kind of, I don't know. I'm still learning as an actress. There's a lot I want to do. I'd like to get into like a really serious role at some point. Just building my craft, and I want to be the best that I can. And I'm not competing with anybody else out there. I want to go as far as I can, and as you know, in my life.
You know, it'd be a perfect role for you
What?
if you got casted in the movie as a painter.
That would be cool.
Combine your two passions into one.
Never thought about it.
Yeah, right? Maybe. Allow you to bring back that artistic creative side of yours. Do you miss it? Do you feel like doing it as a hobby?
Oh, I miss it a lot. It's weird. I could have went a whole other path in life. I was accepted to Ringling University in
Wow.
Sarasota. It was a pretty good art school.
Yeah.
And I got accepted. I never went there.
Why not?
It was during a really bad time. Actually, I was homeless the year I got accepted to that school, and then I had to take some time off.
Why were you homeless? What happened?
My family went through a really bad financial time. Home was foreclosed, and then we had to move, and then things just went sour, and ended up in a tent at one point for a year.
Wow.
And
Just you? Or you, your parents?
the whole family,
How many of you?
mom, dad, and brother.
Wow.
But those moments kind of were the most creative for me in a weird way.
I bet.
Because I didn't really tell anybody I was homeless. So it was just, I was kind of like just in my own little world, just trying to, I got a lot of good ideas though. I was like, I don't even know how, I know it sounds a little weird, but like, I was very creative. I was writing a lot.
How old were you?
It was like right after I graduated high school. I was 18, 19, yeah.
How did your parents get back on their feet?
I mean, we just, they had, found jobs and worked their way, but it was just like it was just a low freaking point for our family. That was the lowest point in my life, definitely. But it taught me a lot about perseverance and
How it made you guys stronger together, the four of you?
Oh yeah, because at that point, it's like once you've seen the low, it's like, all right, if we got through that, this is easy. Like
Right.
anything else is gonna be easy. But then it brought us like as a family, like, yeah, me and my brother extremely close. Been through a lot.
Wow, 1 year living in a tent.
I'm sorry, not 1 year. It was like about 2 weeks or so we were living in a tent, but like that year was like really,
Got it.
yeah, it was rough.
I could imagine. But that builds character.
Oh yeah. Yep.
How old your brother?
He is 24.
So he's much younger. Oh, 4 years.
Yeah. He's successful.
What does he do?
He has his own business. He's a gold buyer,
Okay.
and he's doing pretty well. He's one of the best in that area where I'm from.
What town are you from?
Allentown.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
I've heard of Allentown. I've driven through Allentown.
Oh, that's right. I think he said that the last time we were.
No. I'm from New York. So I have driven up and down the East Coast many, many times.
I love New York. Whenever I meet people from New York, I'm like, I get you. Because you're like a different breed.
We are.
We're a different breed. We hustle.
Yes.
No offense to anybody in Florida, but it's just
different. It's just different. It's cliche, but if you make it there, you can make it anywhere. It's so hard to make it in New York.
no. It's
The competition is stiff.
It's another jungle. Like,
Yeah.
Even when I went for modeling in New York, and then you do castings there and you do castings here, it's just
Completely different.
it's a little intimidating. I remember being at one casting, and I think it was like a minute late. They were getting really angry and
Really?
like you feel the tension, like it's pin drop, nobody's talking. Here in Miami or LA, it's like, free for all kind of too.
More
Very
relaxed.
lenient. People are walking in late, and I'm just like, I've been here on time. Like, what the heck? I'm ready to just like, let's get this thing moving. But in New York, it's like they'll cut you. Yeah, you're late. I like it like that. That's how it should be, though.
Yeah.
Professional. But you feel it. Their energy in New York is just like unlike anything else.
How many pageants have you done?
I've been in 2 Miss International World and Miss Pennsylvania USA. And then I was a judge for Miss Teen Universe.
Okay.
That was like one of my favorite things ever.
That's
I've
really
done.
cool.
One of my favorite moments, for sure. Yeah. Because like being able to be a part of the process, actually, you pick somebody and then now they won, and you're seeing them go into their pageant journey, and that was awesome. From a different perspective, being like, all right, I was in a pageant, now I'm a judge. It was so
Right.
cool.
What do you think is the biggest benefit of doing a pageant?
I mean, it's changed it's built so much confidence. When I stand in a room, I know how to, like, your posture, your body language. Like when I'm at castings, I see the other girls and I'm like, all right, she's definitely in pageants. I can tell by her feet. How she
Really, like that?
stands, just
Okay.
everything, the spin. I can just tell girls that do pageants. Pageantry has opened so many doors. You would be surprised how much respect I get from people when they know I competed for
Really?
Miss Pennsylvania USA or any USA pageant. People want to work with you. People want to be with you. People just, they see you high. And also going to my school, my elementary school, I went back there, and that was just,
They honored you?
yeah, they just appreciated that that I went back to visit and represent my area. That was a huge deal for me. Because I said it, I told people way back, I was like, I'm definitely gonna compete one day. I'm gonna be in Miss Pennsylvania USA.
You won that, right?
I didn't win, but I said this on another thing I did. I didn't win, but I got some people, their whole life they dedicate to that pageant, and winning that is like the biggest thing. For me, it's always that's not the biggest thing.
Stepping stone.
Like if I would have won, great, but that whole dedication that I put 6 months into that competition and being on stage and doing that was just worth it. Like the feeling I got after that was like, whatever, if I won or not, I was happy because I dedicated myself and I gave it my everything. I'm working with a coach that John was, he worked with the most recent Miss Universe. So I'm in the presence of greatness
Yeah.
and just that whole experience. And then I had like a personal trainer and I had this other coach. So it's just like, I changed a little bit in a good way.
Gives you more discipline, more maturity.
I liked when I was working out and I'm seeing myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, man, I'm getting abs. I drove myself a little bit insane. I got a little crazy because I was on a deadline. I'm like, all right, I only have so many months to lose some of this weight. That was the hardest part for me, was the weight loss, because I'm not a stick, and these other girls are like super skinny and they look like they starve themselves. And you see these pageants and a lot of these people, I'm not that type. I like the curves. I'm more of like health, more natural, like just super healthy, but I'm not going to starve myself and go to those extremes. But
Good for you.
But I said, all right, I got to get to this point at this time. And I was training like 2 to 3 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a cutoff age for pageants?
I think they recently changed that.
Did they?
It was, I think it was maybe 28 or 29 or something, I think originally. But now I don't think there is.
So you could still compete if you wanted to?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different, there's a lot of other pageants you can do aside of just USI. There's tons. There's a lot of other pageants, but I always tell people, I tell people, you know, females, just try at least one pageant in your life, because it's one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Really?
Just doing that, yeah. It's life changing. It literally is life changing. At least for me, it was.
That's incredible. I used to watch all the Miss USAs on TV. I just thought it was really cool how, like, you know, they brought all these women together, different worlds, different cultures, different backgrounds, just to really showcase themselves. I thought it was really cool.
But it gives you a different perspective once you've competed.
Of course.
You know, even like the dress choices you see in the bikinis and things like that. I went custom with my dress because I would go to the store and I was like, I don't really like any of these options, kind of same, boring. So I went with my friend Diana Marach Couture in New York, and I sent her a picture. I was like, can you make something like this? She created the vision, and it was just magical. It was just a really having
Did you feel like a princess?
Yeah. Yep. I did. Yeah, I had fun up there. I don't know why they put some weird song choice when I went up there. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Oh my gosh, I don't know who's in charge.
You didn't
of
get to
that.
pick?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. That was good though.
What's next for you? What are you working on?
I'm trying to do more filming. I want to do a documentary. I was planning to do one this month, but I'm gonna.
How does that work? How do you plan on doing one? Do you have a production crew? Do you have a staff? Are you working with somebody?
I have a couple people I'm talking with. I'm trying to. I have a person in mind, but I'm going back and forth with it because once I commit, I have to be like, I'm obsessed. Like,
right, you got to be on.
With Kalila, it was like the same thing. So now I'm just trying to like decide, is this the person or who do I really want to focus on, and then just make it a big deal. Maybe do, I don't know how many episodes, but I want to break it down. I want to something different than what you've seen.
Have you thought about ever doing like your own skits online?
What do you mean?
Like that same idea of using Instagram as your resume, right? Making like acting skits, you know, of you showcasing your work, your talent, and all that.
Yeah, actually, lately I have been thinking about that. I definitely need to put more. I was doing something a while ago. I was putting some videos up, some like comedy. That's another thing. When I look back on it, I have like a weird, well, not weird, but like I respect a lot of comedians.
It's tough being a comedian.
And when I was like in that dark, like hard time in life, and like when I was homeless, I would listen to comedy all the time. That was like literally like, I don't know, man. That some people will say, how did you get through that? I was probably listening to comedy all the time and drawing but yeah, David Spade, I've met him. He's awesome. That guy, love you, David Spade.
Have you watched Kill Tony?
No.
Never seen Kill Tony?
Yes.
Yep. Where they do 60 minutes on stage.
Yep.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Would you ever do that? No.
I'd like to try. I don't know. I'd like to do improv once. I like going to these comedy clubs like Dania Improv in Miami. I just have a lot of respect for comedians. People don't realize how hard it is.
It's so hard.
But the comedians aren't all, you know, a lot of people think, oh, these people are funny all. It is an act. You get up there,
For
do
sure.
your thing, and then it's all seriousness after.
Which is why they're great actors also. It transitions very well. Most comedians are great actors. You know?
David Spade, Rob Schneider.
Who's your favorite comedian?
David Spade. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just, I guess it's his just humor. I like how he could, okay, he could be at the airport and it's just something really random, like something really. Like, I wouldn't think this is funny, but like he just makes it funny, and it's just like I crack up. There's not a lot of comedians that like I laugh so hard. So
Yeah.
David Spade is definitely one. I love Adam Sandler. I love his movies.
Godfather, comedy. I'm gonna go see Ari Spear. You know who that is? He used to be on Mad TV.
Okay,
The black guy from Mad TV.
I'd have to see a picture.
Ari Spear.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see him on Saturday. He's gonna be at the Miami Improv.
Okay.
Should be interesting. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a comedy show in a while. The last one I saw, I was very disappointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to go see what's her name? Nikki Glazer.
Oh, yeah.
She was good, but I thought she'd be better.
She's charging like crazy amount.
Crazy.
I looked up, I keep the one thing in Miami, I'm up on all the events in here. That's another thing I do. I cover the biggest events in Miami. So I am constantly like, all right, what's going on this week? Who's going to be here? And I saw her name on that one coming up, and the amount that she's charging is crazy.
It's crazy.
Was it like $700?
Yes,
or something?
I spent about that much, yeah. It's not even that good. Is that what your podcast is based on? You going to these events and doing live interviews?
No, I just like being where all the action is. I guess I want to be like a socialite in a sense. Like I just want to be where everybody wants to be, and I want to showcase that. And I have a lot of people that follow me in other places, so it's kind of cool to be like, all right, this is what you're missing, but you can tune into me, live with Shay, baby. Let's bring it home, to everybody that they can enjoy with me.
When did that start, Live with Shay?
I literally started last year.
Okay.
I was doing at one point I saw an ad on Instagram. This guy, he was looking for like a TV host. And he said something about like if you could be in New York on these dates, do like a test run.
Okay.
So I went to New York, did the test run, and he liked it. And then eventually I started to do all the interviews, and I was becoming almost like the face of it for a while. I mean, they had other people, but he was using me a lot. And then I kind of was studying what he was doing. And then one day I was kind of like, why am I doing this shit for him? I'm going to do my own thing.
Right.
Was
he paying you?
No.
But
I mean, I was just
right. You got the exposure.
I wanted that experience so
right.
that I could just, all right, now I'm going to do my thing, which is great for anybody else out there. That's what you should do. Do the experience, learn it, study, and then go execute your own thing.
Right.
Because, I was like, why am I doing this for him? Like, I need to do my own thing.
Right.
It's not that difficult.
It's not.
One day I was just looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. And then that's what I did. Looked online, how do I do this? And got the press passes and just studied it like any. You see all these other people out in media, photographers and all this stuff. And I'm like, what do they have that I don't? Like anybody who wants to do this, you can do this. Create your own media company. Do it yourself. Like, for example, press conference they just had the other day, White House, they're talking to the media. They're like, they're talking influencers, anybody out there, celebrity or whoever, you can be a part of the press conference. Yeah. They're trying to bring us all, like, so they're trying to get people to be more
Engaged,
creative and
yeah.
be a part of this. So why not? If you want to have your own media company, do it.
I agree. Don't hold yourself back.
Nope.
Don't allow small thinking and others to keep you in a box, you know? Break free from that. I agree.
So I just figured it out on my own. Study the people that are successful, study them. Be around the most successful people and learn what they're doing, and then create your own.
100%. Shay, it's been incredible. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
I really can't wait to see what you do next. I know you're going to fucking kill it.
I appreciate that.
Please look at that camera right there. Let everybody know where they can find you, your social media, your website, whatever you want to share.
You can find me on Instagram at Shea Filling, SheaFilling. On YouTube, you can find me as Live with Shay, and I'm on TikTok, Shea Filling, and that is it.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming. I really wish you much, much success.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So are you.
Thank you.
Guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Make sure to follow Shay, and we'll see you guys next time.